And it was whenever Chris Pratt and Dave Bautista
That's my sound.
filter.
You should have gone for the head.
Avengers Infinity War had one of the biggest cliffhangers ever, when Thanos snapped away half the universe. But it could have gone very differently, because a whole year before the movie even dropped, Mark Ruffalo almost spoiled it in an interview by almost saying that half the characters die.
Wait till you see this next one. Everybody dies.
Dude.
Not everybody. No. Then am I in trouble?
A little.
Is Barry gonna be mad at me?
Dude, I just move on. I wouldn't try to like
no,
focus on.
Noah can quite literally be tagged as the Tom Holland of Stranger Things, with his inability to keep his mouth shut, and during one interview alongside Millie Bobby Brown, he almost hinted that someone dies, while also staring intently at Millie, who, coincidentally, also dies in the finale.
Because the problem is that
No, I don't want.
we're all afraid of one of us dying.
Well, one of us will die.
I know, it's just which one. It's kind of like Mafia.
Marvel is notorious for keeping even its own actors in the dark, often making them film multiple fake scenes without revealing the real final one. So when Chris Evans almost found out about the iconic SHIELD handoff moment, his silly ass just couldn't keep the secret and ended up revealing it to Anthony Mackie.
And I said, hey man, isn't that scene fantastic? And he said, what scene? And I said, the scene where I give you the shield. And he said, you giving me the shield? And I said, oh no, oh no.
Now that Holland is infamous for spilling secrets, the Marvel Universe always pairs him with someone just to keep things under control.
Well, it does have...
Yeah, spoilers!
And thanks to Benedict Cumberbatch or Jake Gyllenhaal stepping in at the right moments, otherwise the entirety of the modern Spider-Man movies might have been spoiled too.
Are there new characters in this movie?
We heard that Captain Marvel's going to make an appearance. Is that true?
During an interview with the Build series shortly after season 1, the cast was asked about their favorite fan theories. And Matarazzo casually mentioned a Reddit theory he'd seen that turned out to be, word for word, the exact central twist reveal of Stranger Things Season 4 Volume 1, 6 years before it even aired.
Other test subjects besides 11, like 1 through 10, most of them are dead, but others were like banished to the Upside Down, like they couldn't get out. And because they were in the Upside Down for so long, that they transformed into what was the monsters.
Usually Marvel or DC movies follow the comics, so there are built-in spoilers, but 1989 Batman flipped that by making the Joker the one who killed Batman's parents instead of a stranger. But in a twist of its own, that surprise was almost spoiled one day before release by Michael Keaton himself on Letterman.
I witnessed Bruce Wayne witnesses the murder of his parents when he's a kid.
And the Joker had done that?
Yeah, but he doesn't know it till later.
I see.
I'm kind of blowing the plot here.
Yeah.
But
yeah, like nobody's going to go see it now.
When it comes to Marvel movies, their snipers are everywhere. One leak and it can almost end careers. But when it came to Angelina Jolie, not a single soul was brave enough to tell her to stop, and she just kept going, spoiling everything from fighting Icarus to even hinting at the movie's ending.
Even fighting Icarus and saying, so, but wait, can I bounce his eyes back at him with my shield? Can I do, you have lots of questions.
When it comes to the Maze Runner series, Chuck's emotional death scene is probably one of the most heartbreaking moments of the entire story. And it hit Dylan O'Brien so hard that when a fan asked about the toughest scenes to film, he casually ended up revealing the main character's fate.
Chuck's death. Spoiler.
Oh.
Sorry, man. I'm under a lot of pressure up here. I don't know.
We're going to forget he said that.
Mark Ruffalo might be a tech genius on screen in Marvel, but behind the scenes, he's pure chaos. From spoiling moments to almost Instagram live streaming 10 fucking minutes of Thor Ragnarok.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
He literally forgot to turn off his phone, and if someone hadn't finally called him out, he might have just given the whole thing away for free.
Mark turned up to the Thor Ragnarok premiere and Instagram Live first 20 minutes.
Fake news.
That's fake news?
David Letterman was interviewing Anne Hathaway about The Dark Knight Rises, one of the most anticipated films at the time, when he seemed to reveal the movie's biggest secret. Hathaway was supposed to laugh it off, but instead she nearly ended up confirming it herself.
And in the end, Batman is dead.
Dave. This is a whole thing. The wrath that you have just invited onto yourself. Chris,
No.
I had no part in it. I'm sorry.
This next one really robbed audiences of what could have been a cinematic experience. The first act of Terminator 2 was intentionally kept ambiguous, edited to make you unsure who the real threat was and who John Connor should run from. But that whole experience kind of fell flat after Arnold basically gave away the twist by revealing he was playing a good guy in Terminator 2.
Now, in this one, you're a good Terminator.
He becomes humanized towards the end, and all of a sudden understands human feelings and emotions and all.
Starts doing volunteer work.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, for Special Olympics.
When the Marvel cast was on Kimmel, they talked about how Marvel gives actors fake scripts to avoid leaks. In typical Holland fashion, he got playful describing all the fake scenarios on set, before accidentally hinting that one of them was actually real for Infinity War.
And I was reading what I thought was a fake script because it was like Spider-Man's in space. So I didn't finish it, but I found out it was real.
Okay.
What did I just say?
You said Spider-Man's in space.
Oh, that thing. Right, yeah. It's really awesome.
At a panel in 2013, Kevin Conroy teased an amazing new Arkham game, which fans assumed was Batman Arkham Origins. But he was actually talking about Batman Arkham Knight, a completely different, unannounced game he didn't even realize existed separately.
I was asked about it at a panel. Oh, are you in the next Arkham game? And I said, has that been announced? And they said, oh, yeah, that's been announced. I said, well, yeah, I am in the next Arkham game. They said, oh, that's so cool, Arkham Origins. And I went, Arkham what? And then they said, which game are you talking about?
The upcoming Doomsday movie is shaping up to be the next big thing in the Marvel universe, and the directors have been super secretive about the cast, until Chris Pratt almost slipped up and hinted at their presence on Kimmel's show.
And there was a promise that Star-Lord would return. And so all I can say is, we will make good on that promise. I feel like there's a Marvel sniper somewhere.
Yeah, there always are.
No Way Home had one of the biggest reveals ever with all three Spider-Men. And if one Spider-Man alone is known for slipping spoilers, putting three together was always going to be chaotic. Andrew Garfield only made it better when he tried denying set photos and basically walked straight into Fallon's trap question.
Have you seen the photo?
I heard about it, and I did see it, and it's a Photoshop.
There's no better feeling than finishing your work and snapping a celebratory selfie, and Sylvester Stallone did exactly that after completing the script for Creed. But his selfie had a different twist, with what looked like the final page casually revealing that Rocky gets cancer and Adonis wins his big fight. The Infinity War poster was just as iconic as the movie itself, but the fact that many people first saw it when Holland accidentally revealed it on his Instagram Live without realizing it was confidential just makes the whole thing even funnier.
I thought you'd like to be the first to see the poster for the movie. Enjoy, Mark Ruffalo.
What looked like a character swap game between the Stranger Things trio quickly got a bit too real after the filter landed everyone on Will. And now that we've witnessed the scene where everyone in Hawkins gets the bowl cut to confuse Vecna, the game might not have been just a coincidence. When Spider-Man Homecoming was revealed in 2017, the studio got its first real taste of Holland's inability to keep secrets, especially when the studios hadn't even announced a sequel yet, and he casually ended up hinting at the whole trilogy.
Yeah, there'll be Spider-Man 2 and 3. It won't be Homecoming 2 and 3. Yeah.
Almost a scoop, because we knew about the second one, but not the third one.
Yeah, well, now you know. Now you know. Sorry, Marvel. Whoops. That's out.